Coach Hodges, the Eagle basketball team now focused on Austin Peay coming up on Saturday. This is a team that overall record not very good, conference record pretty good, and a team that has already handed you a defeat earlier this year, a game where you guys were up pretty big, just couldn't hold on. Talk about the rematch coming up with Austin Peay.
Like you alluded to, their overall record doesn't indicate the type of basketball team they are, and the reason is that they played an unbelievably tough schedule in the non-conference. Very, very challenging schedule Coach Daniels put together for their non-conference, and what you're seeing is that paying off in their conference play. That's really their philosophy. So I certainly, my hat's off to them for going through that for later success. Tough game we dropped in December to them in Clarksville. Like I said, we had to lead well into the game and just didn't do the necessary things to hold on, such as rebound, hit free throws, things of that matter. But looking forward to playing here at home and looking forward to a really good OVC basketball game.
Talk about how your team is different now from when you did play Austin Peay earlier. Looking back at some of the stats at that game, as you mentioned, I think we might have got out rebounded. They have a Jasmine Rayner had a double-double against us. A couple players that hadn't really stepped up, kind of stepped up for them. But your team, looking at your team, what is different? How do you feel like our team is playing hopefully better at this point than we were then?
Right. I'd like to think we're playing a little bit better. I think we're playing a little faster, a little more aggressive defensively, which is just continued progression of our overall philosophy. But we're shooting the ball a little bit better than we were back in December, knock on wood. And then rebounding wise, that'll be the tail of the tape, how we rebound the basketball, because that's really Austin Peay's best and most consistent offense. They have very good players that put up a lot of shots. They're similar to us in that regard. They want to play fast, they want to put up shots and put them up quick, and then they just go crash the board. So in December we did a great job on Rayner in the first half and held her to 0 points and just 1 or 2 rebounds. Then she comes back in the second half and gets a double-double with 13 rebounds and 12 points. So we've talked about it from the time the game against TSU was over, and we'll talk up and through the game with Austin Peay, how important it is to keep them off the offensive glass, secure those defensive rebounds for us, and transition and convert on the opposite end.
Talk about a little bit about depth on your team. Obviously, with our team a little bit short on numbers, but you've known that all year. You're getting some good contributions off your bench, but in short spurts, having to play the starters who are very good. All 5 of them have contributed greatly. But talk about going down the stretch run here and trying to win an OVC championship. How do you think the depth of this team will play out, and how will it affect our chances for a championship?
Right. Well, I've got great confidence in our bench and our bench production. It just so happens that we have 5 really good starters. I was looking at our stats this morning. We have 4 starters in the top 10 in scoring in our league. So 4 out of the 10 in our league are from Morehead. So very proud of that. I feel like we're in good shape. I think that is a definite factor for us. Conditioning, especially this part of the year, and what we've had to do is scale back a little bit on the practice floor, make it more a mental approach to make sure we don't tire ourselves out any more than we need to. But I'm more than confident when the time comes, and the time will come when the bench will need to step up and provide some serious minutes for us. I'm more than confident those young ladies put in the time every day, just like the starters do. So, I've got more than confident feeling if and when we get to that point, they'll be ready to step up.
And speaking of one player who did step up last night in the win over TSU, was Felicia Freeman. Even though she did only play 4 minutes and had 3 fouls, had a nice move for a layup and from what I think folks saw, appeared to play pretty well, and having only played 1 minute in her entire career here.
Right, and that goes back to previous point. I've got a lot of confidence in Felicia, in Channing, in Tyler. Teresa's played big minutes, and Shanice as well. So I've got confidence in their abilities. Felicia comes in last night, hasn't played, like you said, but 1 minute since she's been here in Morehead. She prepares herself every day. We talk about it every day. There's going to be a time where your number's called. So she got in there. She was aggressive. All 3 of her fouls were 3 good fouls. You know, she was aggressive. There were fouls. She was trying to stop the basketball and alter shot. So definitely proud of her effort, and just it does nothing but add to her confidence for when the next opportunity arises.
Talk about your assistant coaching staff, Eric White, Lindsay Hicks, Christian Stephanopoulos, and Brittany Hudson. And I know that the wins and losses go on your record, but those 4 people have I know helped you a great deal in transitioning in your first collegiate season as a head coach.
Well, I thought the losses just went to
on the other
went to them. I thought that's why they were here.
Yeah.
I just got the wins. No, I've said this before, and I truly believe it. I truly believe we have the best coaching staff of assistant coaches in the Ohio Valley Conference. Coach White has more experience than anybody in the league playing within the OVC. Coach Hicks playing professionally, playing at Purdue on a couple Final Four teams, playing at the very highest level of college basketball. And then Coach Stephanopoulos on her second tour of duty here in Morehead, playing in an Elite Eight game last year with Kentucky and their rise to prominence, and learning from one of the absolute best college basketball coaches today in Matthew Mitchell. So those 3 bring tremendous amounts of energy and enthusiasm and just overall work ethic to the program. And then Brittany Hudson heading up our operations unit, just making sure the players are taken care of, making sure academics are in order, and all the logistical issues. She's really done a tremendous job taking so much time and effort away from the girls and putting it on her shoulders and to lead that managerial staff. So very proud of our staff. They're definitely the unsung heroes of our program.
Coach, thank you very much. We'll talk with you after the game, hopefully after a W for NSU.
Let's hope so, Matt.
Thank you.